die. 17 more, that'll get more. Retribution versus Khador.
Hello again to another batrep. This time Leon and me, Bent, playing the Retribution of Syra against Khador, as you might have expected. We play the Incursion, it's called, I think.
Yes.
The scenario with the 3 flags in the middle. I tried a new list with Ossyan, and I figured he's got a shooty guy, so let's just take everything that can shoot. So what I've got is Ossyan, and his battle group are 2 Manticores, as you can see. He's also flanked and a Hydra. He's flanked by 2 heavy rifle teams, and there are 4 Stormfall archers and an Arcanist. And in front, advanced deployed is Iris 3 again, and 1 big unit of Mage Hunter Strike Force, and a small one. The big unit also has an soulless escort, but only because I had 1 point left.
Lots of pew pew.
Yeah.
Oh, Iris 2, by the way, right? Because
It's
Iris 3
Iris
is
2?
an attachment, right?
Yeah, you're totally right. It says Iris 2 on the card, yeah.
Mean, very mean.
So I hoped.
So on the Khador side of things, I'm playing Butcher 3. It's the same list that I played against Steve a couple weeks ago. That's also up on the channel. So it's Butcher 3 with his 2 dogs, a Ogrum Bokor as a shield guard, then a unit of Iron Fang Ulans with the Dracoon. I have Iris 1, Orin Midwinter, Kayazi Assassins, Ruin as one of my battle group jacks, as well as a Kodiak and a Devastator, I'm guessing. The one with higher armor, without the guns.
The one who hides behind his shield hands.
Exactly, the shield hands guy. Yeah, that was my list. And yeah, like you said, we're playing Entrenched. Oh, sorry, Incursion.
Like I said.
And we have 3 forests on the table, 1 between 2 flags, a trench, a hill, a bit of water, and some cover. I always like to set up tables in a non-balanced fashion so that the roll-off actually makes a difference in deciding where to go, and not just give the player that goes first the bigger advantage. Yeah, so that was the list, the table, and the time to roll off. And I rolled higher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. And I decided to go second. I figured on this scenario it might be a little bit better to score first. And also because he is playing a very shooty army, I figured it was the better of the 2 choices, considering you get 1 turn of shooting instead of having 2 turns of shooting against me.
Exactly, yeah.
And this also kind of threw you off, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was my plan was to have the second turn, so yeah.
Haha! Already playing mind games with you.
Only got worse from that.
So your first turn.
Yeah, I basically just ran forward. That's what I did. I cast, what's the name again? +2 speed on my...
Quicken?
Quicken, exactly, yeah. I cast Quicken on the big unit of Mage Hunter Strike Force, but I was wary of your Ulans, so I decided to stay out of the charge threat range.
Yeah.
So that's why I waited there. And I also couldn't have shot anything, so that's what I did. And yeah, everything else just ran, and that's basically it.
So everything was just outside 15 or something, right? And then with the rest behind.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that kind of put me in a difficult position because he can shoot a lot and far and hard.
Exactly.
So either I kind of would have moved up, readying for a charge next turn, and then having to get all those shots in my face. So I decided to be a little bit more aggressive, and I used some of the Ulans to tie his unit up by just running them.
Yeah,
not sure if you had this in mind.
No, exactly. I just wanted to say that was something I didn't figure would have been possible running. I never thought about that.
Yeah, horses can run. Yeah, it's a thing.
It could have stayed more than 17 inches away from you, but if I would, then I would be too far away anyway. So
yeah. So I think it was a good play on my part to tie up his shooting units with stuff. Unfortunately, of course, this does mean that you lose the lance rule and you kind of poke away with your sword.
But I was afraid.
Yeah. Exactly. And then 2 other Ulans stayed a bit further back to countercharge, having their armor bonus as well as a defense bonus for staying on the hill. All my jacks moved up, as you can see there. They form a little circle around the trench. The Kodiak also popped some steam before Butcher energized him a bit further forward. Then I have the Bokur in the trench. Butcher also moved up in the trench, so he's in the trench but also in the cloud for a lot of defense goodness. And one dog I tentatively moved up very far forward, so you see him standing between the Kodiak and the Ulans, either getting ready for to charge something next turn or just be a little nuisance.
Yeah.
And on the left side, my ninjas cautiously moved up and hope and pray not to get shot in the next round by your assassins, or hunters, I should say. Sorry. And that's it. And I was kind of a bit scared because Butcher was within shooting range of all the mage hunters. But I was sitting on 4 focus at this point, plus some defensive bonuses. So I was hoping my aggressive play would be rewarded, not get killed, so I could force some more things next turn.
Exactly. On my turn, I was a bit afraid of you engaging all my mage hunters. But then I saw that my 3 jacks were exactly in a position so that they could charge your 3 Ulans, and that's what they did, and free the mage hunters. After that, I popped my feet, my gravity bell, and basically everything up to the Butcher was in the feet's range, so I could easily shoot Butcher to death. Or so I thought. I started shooting with 4 guys at first, and after needing 12s to hit you because you're in the trench. Exactly, in the trench. No, that was not the reason, was it? Why did I need 12s?
Yeah, for the trench, because you also popped your feet, so you ignored the cloud.
Yeah, exactly. But for the trench, exactly. I needed 12s to hit you, and since it's Butcher, he's got crazy armor, and so after 4 guys managed to. What did they do? 3 points of damage or so?
Yeah.
Then I decided it would probably be better to shoot the jacks. And that's what I did. All of the Mage Hunter units shot the 2 jacks. Oh, right, and the Stormfall archers as well. They shot with brutal shots and so killed the 2 jacks.
Yeah, so Ruin and Kodiak are both gone, which was
exactly.
very sad.
Yeah, I was very happy and thought it looked very good at that point. And what else did I do? Right, my heavy rifle team killed the dog. That was a mistake, as it turned out in the end. I didn't know that yet, but I thought just kill another dog, whatever. And so I thought it was alright. The downside on Ossyan is that he has to move quite far up the board to make use of his feet, because it affects everything within 14 inches. So he has to be 14 inches away from, or within 14 inches of his enemies.
Danger.
Yeah, and let's see what happened next.
Yeah, so I figured, considering he was so close, I could pull off an assassination. I wasn't really sure how. I was making it very difficult for myself, going back and forth on where I should put Butcher and where I can then impending doom to pull Ossyan towards me, but having the jack in front of him being in the way, and it took me probably like 20 minutes to come up with a plan. And then I realized I actually had a lot more flexibility than I thought, because I can of course just energize her in between attacks, so I can even kind of move around her models once I kill models that are in the way. Making it way harder than it had to be. Anyway, so then I first moved up Iris to shoot the Mage Hunter that's sitting in front of your jack.
And there, by the way, I was happy that my feet still worked, but then you told me that Iris can miraculously do 3 points of damage without rolling, and I was
a
bit sad about that.
Yeah, so he died. Then also, just to make sure there's not so much shit standing in the way, I trampled and or charged my clamjack forward into the forest, and using a special attack cleared up 4 or 5 mage hunters.
I think 4, yeah. Or
so
maybe 5.
They all burned to death, which was very satisfying.
Well, that's what he does. Yeah, he burns them.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
I think so. Yeah, Rain of Death. Sounds fear. Yeah, it sounds like it's something with fire.
Good. Fine with that.
Yeah, and then I realized that I don't even need all of the fancy trickery from Butcher. I could just charge hero heavy warjack on in the side,
Yeah.
which would already put me within reach range of or 2-inch, I should say, 2-inch melee range of Ossyan. So that's what I then did, and it took me a whole 2 attacks
Yeah.
to
One and a
smash him
half
to
attacks
pulp.
rather.
One and a half attacks. So as this picture aptly illustrates, he's covered in blood, drenched in his own blood, and he died.
Yeah, it was a very fast game for our terms, that is.
Yeah. Second turn.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever assassinated somebody on turn 2.
No, me neither. I tried to, but
I thought you would actually pull it off for a bit. I mean, I still had 4 focus and the shield guard.
I guess it wouldn't have worked.
No?
No, even if I shot with all my 15 mage hunters all in all, I think it probably wouldn't have worked. Because you're too well defended and would have had to roll really, really high. I think I had to roll 11s as well to wound you at least. Something like that. So
Yeah. I mean, all in all, I was mildly happy with this game despite the outcome. It's going to be an interesting challenge to see how in future games with these 2 lists you can stay far enough away to not have this happen time and time again.
now that we both know what we respectively can do.
Yeah, exactly. And we figured that without giving me vengeance, Butcher should stay just outside of range to charge you directly, regardless of his movement shenanigans.
So to all of you out there, don't kill the dogs.
Butcher playing against Butcher 3-101. Don't kill the dogs.
That's what I learned in this game.
Yeah, or kill them all on the same turn where it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just some mistakes on my part was putting the Ulans too far forward. I could have just used their 1-inch melee range and still engage your mage hunters and not have them counter charged by Jack. So that was kind of stupid. So that's a lesson learned. And also then putting Butcher within aiming range of your mage hunters on feet turn was a bit unnecessary. Eventually, it didn't really do anything in the end, but it just, why would you put something in aiming range if you purposely go stand in a cloud, in a trench, and then still, move them within 12 inches. But that was about the 2 major mistakes I saw that were unnecessary.
Yeah, but I think they weren't too big a mistake, so...
No, we only played 2 turns, so...
Yeah, maybe you can't say that. Anyway, it worked out for you, so...
Yeah.
That was fine.
Cool. Any thoughts?
Yeah. No, I think what I did was alright, I think. And I think I like the list as well, with the mage hunters in our last game that we might yet record or might not, I don't know. I used House God Helber, the Rifleman, and they performed... worse than the Mage Hunter Strike Force. So,
you think that volume of shots with his feet would actually make a difference? 5 shots versus 10 shots. There's a lot of extra dice that you roll.
Yeah, that's right. No, I had the same amount of riflemen in there, and the same.
So 5 riflemen. I thought.
No, I had 5 Mage Hunter Strike Force guys and 10 riflemen, and now I've got 5 Mage Hunter Strike Forces and 10 Mage Hunter Strike Force guys. So.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
So from the amount of shooting, it's still the same, but they're way better against jacks.
Yeah, that's definitely scarier.
Yeah, so I guess that's sounds like a good list. I have to do some training to see what works well exactly with what. But I think giving the Mage Hunter Strike Force Quicken and Deadeye is quite a deadly combination, especially if I've got the second turn and can deploy them advanced and run up.
More pew pew.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah. We'll see how it turns out in our tournament that we're planning for in a week or so. Is it in a week? 1.5?
End of November.
Something like that.
Weekend. Yeah. So more to come.
Yay! Stay tuned.
Cool. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.